So this is time for the start of vlog 3. It is a Thursday evening, I think it's the 9th of February. Me and Scott are away into the city centre to watch some lights or something. I think it's called Spectre? Spectrum? He's actually left the house without waiting for me, so I thought I'd just shoot this little video and then I will recapture when we get into town, guys.
Why are you like this?
So guys, we're currently walking into town and this is like one of my most favourite streets where we live. Finally got the main man of the show.
Why am I the main man?
You're the main man? I literally live round the corner from this house that looks like it's a part of Lord of the Rings. I'm going to actually cross the road just now so you can see what I mean. I just love it. It's such... I don't know, it's like just the way it looks. I'm just going to pause the camera and turn it around. How cool is that? It's so great. I absolutely love it. I said to Scott, if that house ever comes up for sale, we are buying it. It's not the greatest of, because obviously we're outside and it's pretty dark right now, but I just love the style of that house and I would love to see what it looks like inside. Maybe they're big Lord of the Rings fans too, because you know, this one here is #1. From where we stay, it takes like a good half an hour to walk into the city centre. If you've got feet and legs like Scott, it will take you like 10 minutes because he takes like 1 step and I'm like 3 steps to try and catch up with him. But anyway, Scott, you want to come and say hi?
Hi.
What else do you want to say? Just introduce yourself.
It's a bit cold.
It is a bit cold. You got your clothes on?
Not yet.
Oh, rookie mistake. We're finally now in town. I've picked up myself a little cheeky Starbucks and we're heading towards the big garden slot. Kind of, nobody went into them. Like, I don't think I ever went into them for all the time that I have been alive. And they got redone up and the lights are now being shown there. They're also being shown outside Marshall College and I believe the music hall. So we've actually just walked past the music hall and there's a little queue, so we thought we would just carry on walking down and we will film our little tour around the gardens. For your information, this is my go-to, which is a caramel macchiato, my favourite. So I have been watching Disney vlogs for like the past 2 years now. Like, I just can't get Disney out of my head because originally we had booked to go to Disney and obviously COVID hit, so we had to cancel our trip. But we've always spoken about going back to Disney, and now there is a queue to get into the gardens, to just walk around the gardens. So it's currently 19:22 and I'm so interested to see how long it will take us to get us down to this garden. So I'm like to Scott just now, I'm like, oh well, this is good practice for when we go for when we go to Disney, isn't it?
Welcome to Spectra. Please take care when walking around the Newtown's garden.
Stop. First impressions. So we're down. little lane at the start, it's just got a few lights, so I'm hoping to see a little bit more action now that we're down on the ground. Hello. We decided to head on round to try and see if we can find anywhere else. I picked up this little leaflet, so it's actually not the music hall. I thought it might have been included in there, but there's different locations that I will show you. The art gallery, you can go inside, but I was like, oh, we can't really take Luna in there, so we've decided now to come and get some 5 gav chips because we've not eaten yet and I am starving. So for those that know me really well, I've got a huge obsession with mayonnaise. I have mayonnaise with everything pretty much. I have mayonnaise with a crisp sandwich. I would have mayonnaise with mince and tatties. I would have probably with a bit of soup, you know, who knows. It goes on. And I've got my little pot of mayo here with a chippy. Just can't get better than that. Scott's daddy won't marry me until I give up my mayonnaise obsession. Isn't that true?
Especially with mayonnaise and mince and tatties.
Delicious.
Terrible.
So yeah, we're now walking up to Marshall College just now to see another little Spectra show. And yeah, hopefully it's gonna project onto the building and maybe something on the ground. They've got little fountains outside it as well, which are quite nice in the summer when the kids are running through and the adults too for cooling off. But yeah, we're just walking up here just now and it seems a bit quieter. That back there was just chaos. There was so many people walking around. Good for the kids though, because they've got a little play park inside. But yeah, it was just heaving. So is this the first night? Mm-hmm. Yeah, first night. It's going to be busy, and yeah, we're just now venturing up to Marshall College to see what that's like. Don't think we'll get all of the things done today, but maybe we can venture out on Sunday. Venture out on Sunday and hopefully we can maybe go into the art gallery and see that. And you want to pass me another chip? Nope. Excuse me. Come on. That's it. Delicious. Another nice little light show. cloudy lemonade.
Vault City.
See it?
Vault City Cloudy Lemonade.
It's actually delicious. Like, I'm really feeling a very sour beer, but that's right up my street. What did you think of the light show then?
That was okay. Wasn't fully dog friendly, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, no, it was okay. It's just the Union Tennis Gardens was far too busy.
Yeah. So some guy was like, "Oh, it's the UTG, and you need to join the line for the UTG." And this lady was like, "What the hell is the UTG?" And then I was still like, "What is the UTG?" And Scott's like, "Union Tennis Gardens." I'm like, God, he's down with the kids these days. I'm, needing to catch up on my abbreviations. But yeah, I do agree. It was not dog friendly at all, was it?
We don't have to slate because it's not dog friendly.
Everything has to be dog friendly these days.
No, the light's really good, and I thought there was a whole different, there's a whole range of different lights. So yeah, it was good. I liked the tunnel outside Marshall.
Yeah.
The spiral tunnel. That was quite cool.
Yeah. I actually like the little forest theme coming up the gardens with like the fox and the owl and the hedgehogs, and there was the frogs. I quite like that. That's like up my street. But yeah, and that tunnel's actually I was planning to run through it and get a wee boomy, but Scott took a terrible boomy, and I'm literally just like one arm's up and then that's me. So we had to cancel that shot. So it is Monday, the 20th of February, and as you can see, I'm walking Luna just around where we stay. It's a glorious but windy kind of day in Aberdeen. I'm going to just a little short message on this where I am, but just because I think the wind is going to interfere, so you probably won't be able to hear me, and then I'll start recording again when I get into more of the woods area. But yeah, 20th of February, and what have I been up to? So me and Scott went to Spectra on Thursday, 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, it was, some things were really great, some things I thought they could have done better, which I'll explain to you shortly. So just going to talk a little bit about that, which is my main focus on this vlog today, all about Spectra. And then yeah, just going to end up with my plans for the fourth vlog. Going to share that with you all. We have been super busy in the house. We have been decorating, we've been ripping up more carpet, painting, you name it. So yeah, just gonna cut off here now before I turn up this corner, and I'll speak to you all again in just a couple of seconds when I get into more of a wooded area where it's surrounded by trees and my voice can just echo through them all. It's a bit of a funny one really, because I haven't really done any vlogging as such. I have done little pieces, but I haven't had a chance to upload my videos, just with work and just being busy with the house. So yeah, it's been really bad winds recently. So look at this. Okay, this is actually all being chopped down because about 2 years ago we had really bad winds, and it just absolutely wrecked all of our forests, like places that people could actually go and have like a proper walk or run or cycle or family walks, etc. And it's just completely ruined it. And then like the other day, we had like not the same level of winds, but like quite high winds. And look at this. I don't know what, Luna's trying to figure a way out. I might just climb over it, to be honest, because it's not that bad. Oh, she's going for it. She's gone. So watch me slip on my arse here. Oh no, we're doing okay. Oh. But yeah, I didn't think it was going to affect the forest that I'm walking around just now really bad, but yeah, it has. And look, here's another one down. But like all around us. So obviously a lot of the trees were kind of pulled from the roots in a sense, and they've just been waiting to fall back down again. But like they're absolutely massive, like so it can be. And then look how tall that is. It's huge. So yeah, Hazelhead Park, it's close to the house. It's Actually a nice little walk for me and Luna. It's all flat, about 5 kilometers. I don't know, I think it is. I'm not very great with all that kind of stuff, but I just do the walk and time it. So really it takes me about an hour to get around this whole thing. And then, yeah, it's just a nice little time for me and her. It's quite nice actually to hear all the birds chirping away, and I just think when you hear that sound again, you just think, ooh, spring's approaching. And then we'll, instead of walking around in big thick jackets and jumpers, it'll be shorts and my shades. This vlog is actually mainly for Spectra, and yes, I'm about 2 weeks late to the party to actually uploading this video. Should have done it ages ago, but with work and life and painting, I hate day shift, hate it with a passion. I just get up like 6 o'clock in the morning, get ready, and I think I actually get up a wee bit earlier than that, and then I go to work and I just have no energy when I come home at 7 o'clock at night. I feel like I just eat my supper, get my shower, and then I'm so tired that Luna's sometimes already been walked and I just want to go into my bed and get curled up and get ready for my next day shift. But like on nights, I actually get up at like 3 in the afternoon, I potter about, maybe do some ironing, get the washing on, get supper ready, have supper with Scott, and I go into work. And then when I finish work at 7 in the morning, I come home and I'll maybe potter about, or I'll just go straight to bed. But I feel like I function more better on night shift, which is really odd. Spectra. Anyway, we're chatting about Spectra. So, Aberdeen's Festival of Light. And it was from the 9th to the 12th of February. And that's the first time I've been. I'm having a coughing fit. Germs. I'm just trying to understand the whole concept of it, because it was very different parts of art, should we say. So like I did actually like the forest kind of theme with like the toads and like the flowers that were all lit up, and like there was an owl. That was really cool. I really actually enjoyed that. And then when you got down into the gardens, it seemed to lose the focus ever so slightly of the theme that I thought might have been going into the garden. So they had this really cool long light thing that kind of went with music, and it was like bum 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 bum, and the lights would show with it, but it was just a bit random of where it was. And then the same, I've quite like these big huge mushrooms that you bang against, and I don't even know if they played music or not. Like I think the theme of it was if you were to pull it, that would create the music, but I think it was just programmed to play music. And then there was the one next to that, which with kids were all like hitting and banging off, which played music as well. So that was pretty good. That was pretty cool. And then there was the projections outside His Majesty's Theatre, and then the other one with outside Aberdeen Marshall College. And I just felt you couldn't really see them. So it was like, I honestly was squinting my eyes. I was like, what is that up there? And then I figured out it was some sort of bird being projected onto it. And then there was like music as well, like sound like waves crashing, and I'm sure there was maybe bagpipes because I've been in Scotland, but it was really hard to make out. And then they had these humanoids, I think that's what they were called. So there was the one that looked like it was sleeping in Union Terrace Gardens, and then there was the one in the art gallery, and then there was one in Marshall College. I just felt like, what theme is that to do with this? And then there was the huge cylinder that you walk through that I tried to get a little boomy on, and that was it. And I'm not disregarding that it would have cost thousands, probably millions to do all this, but I just feel it was a very random theme, and I actually only managed to pick up a leaflet to figure out where they were all dotted. But yeah, unless you follow them on Instagram, or you went on website to kind of look at the history of it, as to say, well, what's this, like, why are these big humanoid things there, like, what is that purpose, who is the artist behind it, it didn't really sell it that well. And I felt like as well, because there was thousands of people that turned up, you know, a little bit of money, like £1 entry, that's all. They could have made a little bit of something back to the city, like put that towards the gardens or just something. But you know, will I go back? Probably. And if they had to charge a fee of £1, 100% I'd pay, because I'm all about that. But yeah, it was just, I think for me personally, I just felt that there needed to be a bit of a theme. That was what I'm all about, a bit of a theme, something to go. And then even like outside of where these things are, like put a little stand to say that this is what it was about, because there was nothing like that. So like these huge humanoids, I was like, okay, this one's staring down at you, what's this one called? Like, has it got a name or something? But there was just nothing. You just stood and looked at it, and then it was like, okay, time to go. So it was very short-lived. That's just my personal opinion on it. I enjoyed the walk, walking around. It lit up the city as it should have done, and brought Aberdeen as a community together, I guess, to kind of support the project of it all. But yeah, hopefully the next one that they do, there's a bit more of a theme to it. Maybe has, like I said, some sort of little stand outside these pieces of art to demonstrate what they're called and what their purpose is, who the artist is behind it, because I wouldn't have had no clue unless I looked on or got the little leaflet that told me who the artist behind it all was. But even then, you know, people that didn't have access to the internet or don't bother to look it up would have just looked at it and on the jot. Now, good for dogs in a sense that we got down to the gardens, but that was it. And on our way, actually, give a lie, on our way there, so outside Robert Gordon's College, beside the art gallery, there was these two guys blasting out music and kind of demonstrating some art pieces on the wall. That was pretty cool, I'll give them that. Did enjoy that. I had a little salsa dance at one point when they were playing really funky music. But yeah, dog friendly, half and half. We couldn't get in to art gallery, of course, or Marshall College with Luna, but we got down to the gardens with her. Yeah, it was, like I said, it wasn't something spectacular. I'm not ranting and raving about it. Will I be talking about it in a month's time? Probably not, but I think for a day out with the family or an evening out with the family, seeing it all lit up, bringing the community closer, that's what I feel Spectra was all about. And you know, we've just got to move forward and see what the next one's going to be like, if there's going to be a next one, because you just never know, do you? The house, where are we at? So we keeping this for the next vlog, but we have ripped out carpet from a room and we've painted the upstairs bedroom more, so there's definitely a development from that. We are aiming to get Scott's office into that room probably by the end of this week. Just got the skirting boards and a bit of the wood around the window to get painted, and then yeah, I think he's good to kind of move into that. And then our bedroom, we're just having to go around the skirting board because we need to get painted bits for that, and I think that's it. And then our next project's obviously working downstairs in the front living room, so looking forward to doing all that. Fourth vlog, gonna upload probably by Wednesday, fingers crossed, and I will be able to merge basically a couple of videos that I've been taking for the last month, I would say, to kind of build up the vlog in a sense. And I will chat a lot about our bathroom that we did downstairs and take it from there. Tell you, this walk builds up a sweat. I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt, I'm wearing a jumper which is long sleeve, and then I'm also wearing this thick padded jacket that I feel, because it's like a long coat, I feel like I'm a superhero man or Batman with like a cape, because I'm like, if I run it like flaps back the way. I ain't doing no running though. It was a gust of wind that helped it float into the light. So I kind of want to know if you guys who are watching this, did you guys go to Spectra? Because if you did, please leave a comment below and let me know what you guys thought of it. Because yeah, I did enjoy my little forest themed lights, but the rest of it, yeah, you know, it would have been, like Scott had actually mentioned, the big lights that people were running through. If they had even made that even bigger, how cool would it have been if the bus went through it? And I was like, that is such a cool idea. Like, imagine if you were sitting on the bus and you were going through this lights. Obviously the double decker would have been an absolute no-go, but the other size buses would have been able to get through that no bother. And I just thought that would have been such a cool little theme. People could still get around. So maybe that's what they need to do next time. Create like a little bus tour for people to go on and go around the city centre where all the lights are being projected onto. Tonight, what we're going to do, got to make some chilli for us, and I am all out with my chilli. Like, so I will obviously make a very tasty chilli, and then I add in, like, got to have my guacamole, I've got to have my sour cream, my cheese, got to have my little Dorito chips. Like, I'm all about the extras, not about the main meal. So like if I'm having a curry, got to have a naan, got to have like the little chutney tomato dip that you get with that as well, and like an onion bhaji. And then same with like a wrap, like got to have all the extras in a wrap. Can't just leave it to be plain Jane, you know. I'm all about my condiments, because that's what Scott calls me sometimes, the condiment gal, because I add all these things in. But you know, he doesn't come crawling back and saying that he doesn't enjoy it, because I've got all these extras. So taking that one on the chin. So like we're coming up to, like I said, the end of this walk, and this is like one of the favourite little parts of this walk, because there's the horses, and I just think they just look so majestic, standing in the field, chomping on the hay. And the last time me and Scott were up here, about night though, it was quite dark, all I heard was this galloping, and I was like, oh my god, it's proper going for it. So like, look at them all just grazing away, not a care in the world. And then this one gets jealous because I'm not giving her the attention. Is that true? Yes? There's always just something about a walk around the forest, don't you think? Like, if you don't live next to forests and stuff, I'm really sorry, but get yourself to a forest, honestly. You just breathe in all that oxygen from the trees, you know? They're feeding us our life, and we're throwing out that CO2 to them, so we're keeping them alive in a sense too. But yeah, there's just something about a good walk around the woods that just kind of makes me feel like home. I feel like when you're abroad somewhere, you've been on holiday on a beach, and then you come home, a good walk around the forest does you good, doesn't it? Just brings you back home. It's kind of a bit dark right now, actually. Where did the sun go? I know it's drifting away, but I thought I'd be out for a little bit longer. But it just means I'm gonna love the summer even more when the lighter nights come about, because that's what you live for, isn't it? Getting home from a shift at work, getting the barbecue on, sitting in your back garden, having a little glass of wine and a beer, just taking it all in. There you go, your sizzling sausages, your burgers are toasting away, and yeah, just taking a look around and embracing life and thinking, yeah, this is what it is. This is what it is. And then you realise you've got work tomorrow and you've got your bills to pay, and yeah, that's it. Okay, I think I've done enough chatting for today, and continue this on Wednesday. I want to just enjoy the last little walk that I do have with Luna before I get home and start cooking. And yeah, if you've enjoyed my little Spectre talk, then thanks guys. And like I said, please give me a little comment about what you guys thought of it. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know if you share a very similar experience that I had. And then yeah, take it from there. I'm just laughing now because I'm just remembering I said at the start of my video that, oh god, I'm in like Disney, and honestly, We need to get that booked. I'm telling him. By the end of March, I want to get something set in stone about going to Disneyland next year. It has to happen. Has to happen. So he'll get told when I get home tonight. Gonna just round up this vlog. If you have enjoyed it, then please leave a little comment, like I said, and then a little like. And yeah, please subscribe, because the rest of the vlogs that I will be putting up will hopefully be more entertaining than me just walking around with my dog at the park. But yeah, I am going to close this off and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Hi guys! It's Stephanie!
I don't sound like that at all.
You sound well.
I do not.
You
Hi guys. It's Stephanie.
speak like you normally would.
I do speak like I normally would.
It's Stephanie.
Hi, it's Stephanie.